Aloha, everybody. This is Jean Russell of Dolphin Touch Wellness Center in Kauai, Hawaii. We're in Kapa'a. And this podcast is about sharing higher levels of consciousness and connecting with your true authentic self and helping everyone to elevate and move into their true authentic self. And we're here to assist in that journey, however that may show up for each and every one of us. It shows up in a different way. So we're here to just facilitate and help in the process, in that journey of reaching higher levels of consciousness and awakening to your true self. Really, we really want all of us to come into our true being and who we are and what we're meant to do here on this planet. So, couple of things. First of all, about me. Jean Russell. I have a wellness center in Kapa'a. We've been here for 15 years. It's called Dolphin Touch Wellness Center. And I do a modality called Dolphin Energetics. I connect people with the energy and vibration of the dolphin. I'm a dolphin channeler, if you will, channeling the dolphin energy. As I work on people, we have some unique features at our center. We have a water massage table. We have the amethyst biomat bed. And all of this is to help bring people into alignment. So we work on mind, body, and spirit. So the body is very important because we need to feel comfortable in our bodies. If we're in pain, that's going to be the highest vibration that and noise that's happening within our field, and we're not able to connect with anything else, awaken our spirituality, connect with higher dimensions if we're in pain. So part of the first step is to get people out of pain, to get people more focused and in their bodies, and helping them to feel good. So we do body work. I do Reiki, been a Reiki master since 2005, and moving forward and helping the body. Next is the mind. And so what we do for the mind is that, and something that my guest today, Sterling, shares with us is doing retreats. And retreats are one of the most powerful things you can do to shift consciousness, because it takes you out of your normal environment and puts you into an environment where you can relax, you can really get in touch with your body, with your soul, with your energy field, and feel into what it is that you need at this point in your life. If we're just on the rat race going round and round, we don't have a chance to really feel into what's working and what's not working. We're just continuing doing the same thing over and over and over again. So that doesn't allow for change. So the retreats are one of a great avenue for us to shift consciousness. We have a retreat coming up. I don't know if you can see that, but it's Dolphin Energetics and Lemurian Activation Retreat. It'll be October 28th through the November 1st. We'll be taking you to different parts on the island. We'll be going to sacred sites. We'll be connecting with the water, connecting with the energy of this island, the Aina. This is a very healing island, and connecting with the land and Mother Earth. The other things we have coming up, we have, if you're on Kauai, definitely check us out. Go to dolphintouch.org, look at our calendar. We have an open house this weekend. We do it the first Saturday of every month. And then we have an online Reiki training, because we feel that that's really important for us to move forward. And Reiki was the entry drug for me for spirituality and awakening that process. And then we also have a business support program. This is a program that we have because I've been in business for 15 years. I'm happy to share some of my knowledge and information with other entrepreneurs who are up and coming and trying to move forward. So I'd like to now introduce our guest, Sterling Rung. She's been on this island. She's been at the center. She's done retreats here. We have worked with her on her retreats where we came in and we did body work and different things for her retreat guests. she's brought her retreat guests to our center, and we've connected through her in that way. She's also done a photo shoot for Dolphin Touch and for me and my daughter. And it's been great working with her, and I'm very happy to have you here. Welcome, Sterling.
Thank you so much for the intro and for having me here. I wish I was on island with you. And today I'm coming to you I'm still by the ocean at least. I'm in a little teeny place on the Kitsap Peninsula near Seattle, Washington. But hearing you speak about the retreats and refreshing my memory of that beautiful time we met a few years ago when we were hosting one up on the North Shore and brought you in for that body work, it's just bringing me back to that brightness. And I'm like, I need to come back to the island soon.
Yes, we'd love to have you. We love having you here too. Yeah, it's been really magical. The water has been electrified. Like the ocean, when you go in the ocean, you know, the diamonds that you see on the surface of the water. Like we did the dolphin energetics and you were doing the photo shoot of us in the water. And it was so beautiful to see. And the crystal clearness of the water, I feel it's like so healing. Actually, I'm craving it right now just to get in the water and be in that energy.
Yeah. And then, in the next couple of months, the humpbacks will return from where I am now out to
Hey,
Kauai, and I'll
yeah.
have to join them.
Are you seeing humpbacks where you are?
Yeah, it's a little late in the season right now, but they migrate to Kauai, have their babies, and then in the summer seasons, like May through about now, the humpbacks are out in Seattle by me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. It's always exciting when they come and you
Yeah.
see them in the water, you see them in the distance in the blowholes and
Yeah.
everything else. So
Yeah.
Sterling, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and how you change consciousness on the planet.
Happy to. So I am an artist and a mentor with a focus on embodiment photography, breathwork, and retreats. My work really lies within helping people feel safe and at home in their bodies so that then they can expand, grow, and find out their paths in life. And retreats are definitely one of my cornerstone things to do because the transformation that can happen in those containers is just incredible. But I also love working with people in mentorship containers for several months to a year at a time, as well as one of my favorite things, which is what we did together. One of the things that I got to share with you and with your business was one of my signature photo shoot opportunities. And I think that is one of my, I would say, most niche, specialized artistic ways to connect both on the body, mind, spirit connection and making art together.
So you did a photo shoot for us. You did the dolphin energetics that we do in the water. So we take people out in the ocean and we lay them down. They have a pillow under their knees and under their neck, and it's just a beautiful experience. Can you share a little bit about how that went for you?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite style of align branding photo shoots to do because we did get to like really get out in the water and I got to witness you in your flow of your magic and your healing. We had our dear friend being the client as part of the photo shoot and um we started at your center and I always love to be able to do a few locations when I'm working with a branding package for somebody so that we get a good range of all that you offer. And, when we were focusing on the dolphin energetics out at the most spectacular spot where we always see the sea turtles, and I'm sure you always see the dolphins there. Um, and we always start, with my process, which is the embodiment process. And what that simply means is the union of the mind and the heart and the body. And so it's tuning into and getting into that alignment so that you're able to access more of that wisdom and feel so comfortable in your body. Because I don't know about you, but even myself, when a camera comes out, I'm like, freeze. What do I do with my hands? This is uncomfortable. How do I, get into the groove of what I'm trying to do, especially when, you're offering a healing to somebody. And so that's why it's so important in the work that I do to give the opportunity to ground in, to honor the elements, to honor the land that we're on, and do some of these little techniques like breath work and movement and clearing, to just get all those jitters, the nervousness out of the way, get yourself out of the head and into the body. And that way you get that confidence flowing, and then the process just goes so much more easily for both of us.
Tell me a little bit about the breath work that you do.
Yeah, breathwork was actually my entry point into this realm of work. I actually used to be a landscape architect before this, and I was in the corporate design world for 7 years doing all sorts of stuff and getting myself really sick. And so when I was kind of transitioning out of that life, I found breath work. And it was kind of through the yoga practice that I was in, but yoga really wasn't my full entry point. And I found the way that the power of the breath could transform your stress, anxiety, your creativity, your sleep, was absolutely incredible. And what I loved about it was the very rapid response, because our breath is what gives our body life. So simply taking a few breaths can shift all of the automatic systems in your body that are happening, like your heart rate, like your body temperature, your digestion. It can really get you into that parasympathetic nervous system so quickly that I found it to be one of the most powerful tools. And then I was hungry for more info, and I was like, teach me everything. And so I'm trained in traditional pranayama. I'm also trained in holotropic style altered state breath work, which is my favorite. And I practice Wim Hof and teach that as well. So big range of breath work. And when you're in my session, I just feel into the moment and the person's spirit. And that's the kind of breath work we do. It changes every time. I'm not going to have you do an hour-long holotropic session while we're in a photo shoot. That's not the right
Yeah.
time, place. But, I just have over the years grown this toolbox. And you just, as you know, when you're out there healing, you just pick what is needed based on the situation.
I love that. Yeah, there is a dolphin breath that we do also
Um,
that I was taught. And part of it is when your life is reeling out of control
mhm.
and there's nothing else you feel like you have control of, you can always control your breath. It's the
Yeah.
one thing that we are fully capable of controlling. So just that little act of consciously controlling your breath, whether it's holding it or exhaling it or doing a rhythmic breathing technique, gives us like this confidence to take back control of our lives. And
Mhm.
that small step of, okay, I can't control everything, but I can control my breath, shifts
Yeah.
a lot of things in our life.
Yeah, exactly. It's about getting your body into a base level neutrality of safety so that then you can take any step forward. Because when, like you're saying, it's chaos, it's just you can't move forward. It's like the first thing we need to do is bring ourselves back into some safety. And the breath is such a powerful way to do that.
Yeah, I noticed that when we go into a state of fight or flight, our breath is shortened and we're really not giving the full oxygen to our body that our cells need. And so then that compounds the issue because we're not getting enough breath, we're not getting enough oxygen, basically, we're not getting enough food, our cells are not getting enough food. So, we feel depleted, and then it starts this spiral downward, because we don't have the energy, we don't have the, and then we start getting worse and worse, right?
Yeah, I mean, stress is one of the number one causes of illness, the chronic stress that we're all under in these fight or flight states of being in our nervous systems, that were built so brilliantly to run away from lions and to have these big jolts of energy and raising the body temperature and the heart rate. But what that means is you're using so much of your body's energy to flee or fight, tensing yourself up, and you're no longer sending resources to the repair or to the digestion or to the balancing that you need in your body. And so that's just linked to all of these health issues that come out of that, because we're in all these little stress moments where you think your internal physiological part of your body is like, am I running from a lion right now? Or am I just sitting in traffic and I'm that stressed out?
Nice.
So
Right.
breath
Your
is such
heart's
a good tool.
pounding and
Yeah.
your beats are going 100 miles.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that you take the time to do that before a photo shoot, because I find so many things in our life, we just kind of rush into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and we're not setting the stage for what we are looking to create, like a beautiful photo shoot or whatever our day is that we want to create in our day. And having that as something that we can look at and examine and say, oh, let me take a few minutes, let me set the framework, let me set the foundation, and let me make this a place where I'm getting clarity, I'm getting grounded, and then moving forward from that place into whatever you're creating, whether it's a photo
Yeah.
shoot, whether it's a normal day at work, or whether you have to do a writing project or whatever. It's like, I love that you're taking the time through the breath to set the intention, basically.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I am just such a sucker for ceremony. I love working with all sorts of different traditions and tribes and learning from their ways and creating my own versions of ceremony, because we're missing that. I mean, culture these days, we are so, like you said, the rat race earlier. We are in this go, go, go place. So it's like, where is the ritual? Where is the connection? And how do you differentiate the special moments, like creating those containers for the magic to exist? And so that's why, like, in any kind of session or workshop or retreat I hold, we are going to be in ceremony. There is going to be the kind of reverence of the experience of each other's energy, of our spirits being really present there, because simply it makes it so much more rich for everyone. There's so much more available to us. We are way more talented in those spaces when we set the stage for it, like you said.
Yeah, I totally agree. I love it. Like, when we do a retreat or when anything, I'm all about ceremony. I
Mhm.
think that's what we have in common, Sterling. And the idea, like, I even love like full moon ceremonies or new moon ceremonies, or just little things that we do. I try to do a routine every morning where I'll do a meditation.
Mhm.
Um, it's like, I don't want to start my day. I don't care how busy. I got to take some time, do a meditation, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Sometimes if I'm lucky, it's an hour.
Yeah.
And just come into alignment with who I am, because there's so many demands or people pulling on your energy, and they're like, okay, come on, da da da. And then like, well, this is, I'm setting the groundwork for me. And then, okay, I can give to everybody else in the rest of the day.
Mhm. Absolutely. It's so important. I mean, the momentum these days, I feel like that comes up so much for me in my work, is just let's slow down the momentum.
Mhm.
Everything that's happened today doesn't exist right now. Let's just be in this present moment and slow down from all those thoughts in the future, because when our brains are just in the past and in the future, you know, we don't have access to as much of the present, where that's where the focus really should be. So yeah, doing things like meditation is such a great tool for that.
You have a morning routine that you do?
I do. For me, right, and it changes by season, I'll say that. For me right now, the first thing I do is I get up and I go outside and I look at the sun. Because for my hormones, it is and the circadian rhythms, it's like one of the best things that I've kind of gotten into over the years. And then I do probably like 15 minutes of breath work, and a little journaling, and then I'm off to make some tea with my animals around and start with the breakfast. I like to have as slow of a morning as I can. That's my like, no matter what, I'm gonna look at the sun, I'm gonna do some breath work. Like those are my non-negotiables in the
Tell
morning.
me about your process of looking at the sun.
Yeah, so you can, there's a lot of research out there about like actually sun gazing as it's coming over the horizon. There's like a window where it's safe for your eyes, and there's a lot of benefits that that can have. I'm not in a place where I can see it right as it goes over the horizon where I'm living now. And so I haven't been playing with that as much as when I was in Arizona, actually. I was playing with that a little bit. But for me, really, it's more about just getting that exposure. So my eyes are slowly adjusting. Because when you wake up and the first thing you do is you look at your phone or any light that's a blue light, your device, your computer, you're telling your body that it's noon, you're hungry, and it's everything needs to be activated. So you're getting adrenaline, your cortisol's raised. Your body's like, okay, we gotta like jump into it. So you're starting off the day stressed. So
Mhm.
if you can have like a normal old school alarm clock where you can turn your alarm off by like not looking really much at your phone, and you just go right into just taking a few minutes to let your eyes adjust to the natural daylight, even if it's cloudy and you're not like getting really perfect sun rays. It doesn't matter. It's more about getting your body outside. If you can get some sun on your face, that's really nice to slowly wake you up. And then you can, just get your hormones in a place where it knows the slow progression. Like this is how our bodies were meant to work. It's like slowly waking up. The sun's peaking around noon, and that's when you're most energetic. That's when your digestion is firing the most. And then, as it gets dark, we really should be like, going inward, maybe having, more red light available or more candlelight and less of the, you know, computers in the late evening, because that's why we're having such sleep issues and getting really poor quality sleep.
Yeah, I get a lot of people with sleep issues. It's really, yeah, it's amazing how many people have
Yeah.
issues with sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, the red light. I also have a red light device I use, like an infrared light for the evening times. And I'm a normal person too. I like to put on a movie at night, or sometimes I have to stay up late editing photos, but if you change out the style of lighting in your household to be more of the warmer, especially if you can get like true red lights, then that offsets the blue light too. So it will help. It's not like you have to completely cut out all blue light. You can have your computer and phone have that automatic transition to the more warm tones based on time of day. There's lots of little tricks you can do that will help you get there without completely cutting out, the normal lifestyle things that you enjoy.
We'll have to learn that trick on the phone for the.
I'll show you. Yeah.
No, that sounds great. Yeah. No, it's so different than when I was growing up, the whole computer and I try to get into the habit and try to get people around me into the habit of just not having the phone on the table when you're eating dinner. To me,
Yeah.
it is like that phone is more important than your conversation that you're having, that phone is like there, and it's like, no, just put it away, get it in. And even when we sleep, I don't have the phone in our room. I'll put it in the other room. I can still hear the alarm from a distance, but yeah, no, I don't like the energy of that phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a whole new shift in how we look at the world, which is so different because, we didn't have any of those distractions when I was growing up, and now it's like all these distractions, all these pulls on our energy, and you can be looking for one thing, but then, oh, look at this squirrel, and you're
Mhm.
pulled in this direction, and then you get
Yeah.
going down that rabbit hole of looking through Instagram or, oh, look at that's a cute video. And then you're like, oh, what was I supposed to be looking up?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. And so like so many things are vying for our attention. Even the
Mhm.
phone is trying to get us to stay on the phone more, listen to video, or like trying to manipulate us in that sense of like, oh no, keep scrolling, keep doing, keep looking, and it's like, yeah, you gotta like force yourself away, pull yourself away from that phone, and then actually like, okay, let me think about what I want to focus on. What are my
Yeah.
agendas, not someone else's agenda.
Yeah, I think that's also what's adding to this really increased amount of the stress, anxiety, and the exhaustion is the overwhelm of information. Yes, from our phones, from media, from all the things, but also the energy behind that. So it's like we're always in the state of consuming, and that's not natural, right? Like, we consume and then we give and we exchange, but I would say the rate of consumption of just information and data is completely overwhelming us. And I even find myself getting in those traps where, I'm like, okay, well, I have a break. I'm going to go walk my dog, spend an hour in nature. Oh, and I really want to catch up on that podcast I love. So I'm going to, put my headphones on. And it's like, no, sometimes that's great and you want to, but sometimes you need to have the silence. I mean, how often in our daily lives do we actually take a drive without the radio or go on the walk without taking that phone call? Where are we just like present with ourselves and with nature to help our nervous systems regulate and then integrate all that information we have? So we keep pouring more and more information onto us. What does it even mean? It becomes chaos in our energies and in our brains that it's not helpful. More is not better.
Absolutely. I just came from New York. I was visiting my dad in New York. He's turned 92, 93 actually, 93. And he is amazing, still playing pickleball, still busy. So it was great to go see him. But being in New York,
Yeah.
my God, sensory, just driving is so stressful. I mean, you've been to Kauai, you know how chill the driving is over here. I mean, it could be almost too chill for people that are
Yes.
used to going faster. But you go there and like God forbid you don't go as soon as the light changes and then there's someone's honking their horn at you.
Yeah.
They're literally pushing your car. And you got to watch out for the bikes and you got to watch out for the people crossing the middle of the street. It's like you don't have a chance to just chill and relax. And it was literally a sensory overload being in New York. Sen-
Yeah.
And I'm from New York, so it's funny, but I cannot. Oh no, I'm so glad we live in Kauai right now.
Yeah. You've been on island too long.
Yeah, I've been
You're
here
an island
28
girl now.
years. I cannot go back to that insanity. It's just such a stressful way of living. And I think people are going to live shorter lives because of it, because their energy, like you said, is depleted by pulling them in so many different directions. And part of the thing that I loved coming back to Kauai was silence. Oh my God, silence. It was like amazing, just like even, okay, you'll have the birds chirping or the roosters, but it's like, wow, you just appreciate the silence. So yeah, so it's kind of a rare thing to just be in silence.
Oh, absolutely. And we bring on the birds and the waves lapping on the beach. I mean, that's included in my version of silence. And it is so rare. I mean, that's why I come to Kauai as often as I can. And someday I think you're going to convince me to be there full time,
Yes.
because it's so easy to be in a more healthy way of life just being on the island. It encourages that. It's the culture, it's the magic of the plants and the spirits of that land and of the water, of the vai. And it's just yeah, I can't say enough good things about Kauai.
Yeah, I think I needed, because I was thinking about that. Why was I born in New York, of all places,
Yeah.
to to be birthed and brought up? And I think because of the chaos of New York, I really, really appreciate the tranquility of Kauai and this land and this energy and this slower pace. And it's like you kind of need those contrasts to
Yeah.
see what's really important, what's really worth. And yeah, every day I'm so thankful to be here. And I was talking to my husband when we were in New York. I'm like, thank God, because we at the time were thinking, well, maybe he would get a job in New York and we'd stay in New York. And then we just took a chance and went for it. But thank God we did. Thank God we did.
Yeah. You were meant to. And then the way I look at it, because I was born in upstate New York, and I have a home there now as well. And part of the way I look at it too is you have roots there that need this more far away land magic to come be the access point and be the bridge, because we can all, be off on the island, just loving life, having the most magical lifestyle. And that's beautiful, but it's meant to be shared. And the people who need it maybe can't always access the kind of language that is used, that's a little bit esoteric and kind of out there. And so when you have those roots in New York or those other places that are a little more like go, 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 you have that relatability that you could say, here, look at what I've learned. Let me like just share some of my energy with you and visit from time to time and like spread that connection, because that light that you hold needs to be spread much farther beyond the island, which you have already spread it so far on that island. It's felt.
Yeah, I would say that for not everyone can live on Kauai. Obviously, that would not be a good thing. But I see it as a place of rejuvenation
Mhm.
and renewal. You go out, you live your life, and then, sometimes either life knocks you down or you're just feeling depleted or you're confused. And it's like you come here and you get clarity and you get a new sense of what's important in life and a new energy and vibration from the land here.
Mhm.
And then you have this strength, because it does take strength to go back and go to wherever you are and leave. We need light workers all over the planet, not just here on
Mhm.
Kauai. And so, it gives you the strength to go back and do whatever you need to do wherever you're led to be. And then when again life knocks you down, or you want an upgrade, or you're ready for a shift, or you're just kind of getting a little confused and lost, and like, oh yeah, then you come back to Kauai and
Yeah.
get clarity.
Yeah. Ex- Exactly. It's like Kauai is that, but it's an even like another way of speaking about the retreats, right? So it could be quiet, or for some people, they might be more drawn to an Iceland retreat, or their body is like more drawn to, South America, and everyone has their own spaces. But the concept we're speaking here about having that time to go inward and to receive the healing and find the clarity, being removed from your environment is incredibly powerful wherever you choose for that to be. I think that's one of the reasons why, we're both excited to be in the retreat space, to offer that super safe, loving, wise space to come in and be like, okay, we've got you. Let's unfold those layers that, are holding you back, that are not true anymore, or old stories. And let's, get you back on your path and kind of jumpstart you into the next chapter. We don't go on retreat every week because that's not a retreat then.
Right.
Retreats are special because, they're these really intensive environments that are so healing that you're doing it once a quarter or once a year, whatever you can manage for yourself. And that's why it's that ceremonial significance of get out of that environment and receive, get in a space of receiving.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love retreats. I love doing it. I love attending retreats. I love giving retreats, and I love seeing the transformation. Just in the last two retreats we've done, well, the last retreat, a couple came on the retreat and they stayed on Kauai a couple of days after and they got engaged.
Aww.
It's so sweet. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it was that realization, like, oh yeah, we want to go the next, and so it pushes you to do things or to take violent or like big steps.
Yeah.
Or retreat. The last one we just did in Mount Shasta.
Yeah.
We do a retreat every June in Mount Shasta. We work with a shaman over there and do sweat lodges and visit sacred sites and wonderful things over there. Well, the last retreat we did, we had a woman that loved Mount Shasta so much, she sold her place in Florida and moved to Mount Shasta. So,
Yes.
retreats bring change. Yeah,
Yeah.
they bring change
Yeah.
in people's lives and gives them courage or strength to make those big shifts that, if they're just doing the rat race, the right same thing every day in and out, they're not going to make those changes. So
Yeah, it's the place of inspiration. And I sometimes warn clients, teacher clients, for either like a retreat thing, or especially when I'm doing one of my signature mentorship programs where I'm like, okay, if you enter this, warning, you might quit your job, you might move, you might end a relationship because all that little stuff that's been lying under the surface that you've been too afraid to look at, we're going to look at it and you're going to feel so empowered you can do something about it. So many of the people that work with me, that work with you, end up, moving somewhere glorious or starting their own business. I get people starting their own businesses alongside me all the time, because they're like, yeah, I don't want this 9 to 5 life anymore. And you show them another way. And, it's amazing what their own spirit can just activate in themselves. And we're here to be the facilitator and share what we know, but we don't know everything. I'll never claim to know everything. The brilliance is coming from the people that show up to the retreat or show up to be, in a mentorship container, coaching environment.
absolutely. Yeah. Tell us a little bit. So I know you have a 4-month mentorship and you're going to focus, you said this one is going to be on self-love. And so tell us a little.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So every fall and spring, I open an enrollment for my what's called Come Home mentorship program. And it's all about coming home to yourself. And so a lot of what we've talked about today is the kind of techniques and tools that are used in this program. That is a one-on-one, typically virtual experience that we just do lots of deep dives in a safe place for you to get a lot of the clarity and the healing, to be able to move forward with a much more empowered, confident, true way of being. And I think that the key is so brilliant in that when you ask somebody like what they really want, what do you desire? So many people have a hard time thinking bigger than just like, well, I want a new car, right? And so, in what spaces are you reflecting and meditating on and feeling into the life of your dreams? And so, I'm all about helping people get to the life of their dreams, but it takes the work. So, yeah, we're doing the visioning, we're finding the clarity, we're getting under all those little layers. There's also a lot of somatic work that goes alongside it, and a lot of like homework and aligned action that these clients need to take, with the accountability partner of me to really hold you to that. Because in order to make those timeline jumps or those big shifts in your life, you're going to have to build in those morning rituals. You're going to have to create boundaries in those relationships that aren't working. You're going to have to spend time in that one skill set that you think might shift you into the next career place for you. So I'm ready with this program to like dive in there with you and offer you all that I know and my wisdom, and just hold the space for your wisdom to just come up and out through that container.
Oh, it sounds amazing. That's great. So how can people reach you, Sterling?
So the best way to reach me is on my website. It's sterlingroseart.com. I'm also on Instagram at sterlingroseart as well. You'll see all my beautiful photography offerings there, the mentorship, and then retreats that pop up throughout the year. Maybe we'll be doing one in Kauai one of these days together again. So yeah, you can find me there. Send me a note. I always love to connect.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. And your website is sterlingrose.com. Is that right?
sterlingroseart.com.
sterlingroseart.com. And yeah, we hope that to see you again soon on Kauai. We miss you. And we had a great time with your visit last time. We had a nice dinner and wonderful gathering, and just blessings to you and your journey. And we look forward to seeing you next time.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for having me. And I'll be back to come visit your center, maybe stay with you. I think this winter you'll be seeing me again soon.
Awesome. We'd love to have you. I am going to. Aloha, everyone. I just wanted to give you an update on a couple of things. One is I will be offering a Dolphin Connection Circle. This is a program where you can connect in with me here on Kauai twice a month through Zoom. And I will be doing a little training, a little activation, a little meditation in the first half, and then I'll be opening up to question and answer. And this will be recorded, so if for some reason you miss the session, you can hear the recording, and it will be emailed to you every time afterwards. So let me know if this is something if you wanted to connect with the energy of Kauai, the energy of the dolphins, my energy here at Dolphin Touch Wellness Center, and get the latest and greatest in what's new and upcoming in expansion, consciousness, awareness, opening up the heart chakra, and connecting with your true authentic self. This is a great way to do it, and it's very affordable. So for the next 3 months, it will be only $75 per month. So you could sign up and sign out anytime you want. And you just sign up for the monthly session. And if you want to continue, you can. But for the next 3 months, we have it discounted to $75 for the month. You get 2 hour-long sessions via Zoom every month. And you also get a chance to ask some questions, interact with me here on Kauai, and connect with all the wonderful things that we're doing here on this beautiful island of Kauai, connecting in with the dolphins and connecting in with the latest energy and vibration and teaching and expansions that are happening on the planet. So if you want to join in, we'll put the link below. Love to have you join us, or go to my website. You can connect there and find out about that. And we will see you via Zoom twice a month here on Kauai. Who we have?